I am Jamie Johnson, and this is Like a Farmer.
So just to give everybody kind of a recap of Jamie Johnson. Jamie's been a friend of our presenting sponsor, Ag America, for years now. Ag America did a great documentary on Jamie Johnson. Go check it out. Documentary plug right there. You're welcome. But the cool thing when I saw the documentary and started to like hang with Jamie is, I mean, dude, you've got these cool hobbies outside of farming that you don't see a ton in rural America. I mean, there'll be days where you'll go farm and then you grab your surfboard and you go and catch some waves. Like,
I mean, one of our farms is actually on the coast in Santa Barbara, where there's an amazing surf spot out front.
I mean, that's just unbelievable.
And it's not just me. I'd say it's like our whole company, right? Everybody's, going on a bike ride in the hills or going surfing before work or after work or on lunch break.
And the company, just hit on that too. You're talking about
Simpatica.
Yeah,
Simpatica.
And so that said Simpatica. So it's Simpatica, right?
Tomato.
Yeah.
Almond.
Yeah. Are you pecan or pecan?
Oh, pecan.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard it say a lot. What about, we had Ross Chastain on the show for season 1 not too long ago. So Ross is more of an almond more than an almond, and I say almonds.
Yeah, no, I'm almond all day.
Okay, yeah.
Come on. I think if you're above Sacramento, it's an almond. If below Sacramento, it's an almond.
Gotcha. We need to get a map when it comes to like ag terms to see who says what. That's great. So Simpatica, I mean, tell me about the name and where it came from and all of that.
Yeah, so my grandfather was in high school and he took a Spanish class. And his teacher talked a lot about the word simpatico. And he kind of fell in love with that word. And if you really think about what if you're simpatico with somebody or something, there's a deep connection. So my grandfather loved the ocean and was a sailor, and he bought a boat. And boats are female, so you can't name a boat Simpatico.
Yeah.
He had to name it Simpatica.
Gotcha.
And it's a long story, but he sank the boat.
Oh, he sank it?
Yeah.
How did he do that? Wow, that took a 180. What happened?
I don't know if I'm at liberty to tell the whole story, but the boat sank.
Okay, we can just leave it at that. I'm fine with that.
And anyways, then he went and bought a ranch, and he named it Rancho Simpatica. And in Southern California, used to be owned by Spain.
Yeah.
So there's this great kind of Spanish heritage and Mexican heritage. So we try to name all of our ranches Spanish names.
Okay.
And so he named it Rancho Simpatica, which is grammatically incorrect, right? Because you have Rancho, which is masculine, and Simpatica, which is feminine.
Yep.
But he named it after the boat he sank.
Dude, that is awesome.
And so when I started my own company, it seemed just fitting to call it Simpatica.
Yeah.
In honor of kind of the history of everything.
Yeah, that's cool. So why, number one, I want you to go into kind of the commodities that you're growing. And so coming from Florida, I mean, when you think about, especially Central Florida, the sugar sand we have, there's not a ton that you can grow outside of citrus.
Yep.
But like with y'all, I mean, you're doing avocados and grapes and citrus. Like, why is that?
We have some cattle, too.
You have some cattle, too.
Yeah. Well, so first off, it's what I understand, what I know is permanent crop farming.
Yep.
Right, which is big in Florida.
Yep, very big.
And it's really big in California, right?
Yep.
And so for California, you have the Central Valley, which is a monster.
Yes.
Right, like it's huge scale, really large tracts of land, and really, it's pretty unbelievable.
So would you say in California, I mean, especially in that valley, I mean, is it multiple landowners or is it like a few that just own large tracts?
No, there's a lot of like wonderful, amazing family businesses.
Yeah.
And just wonderful, amazing people who've been doing it for generations. And then you have like large corporations and large kind of groups.
Yeah.
So it's a combination.
And when you say large corporations, I mean, is that kind of the the transition of the landowners going from multi-generational family farmers to now kind of corporate America getting into agriculture?
Yeah, well, if you look at agriculture, it's violent.
Yep.
Right? I mean, and it's only getting more violent with global warming. We're seeing it in the avocado industry especially. It's just been really hard. And at a certain point, if you're a family farm, those hard years, if they add up, it gets really, really difficult to not thrive, to just survive.
Yeah.
And if you look at what's happening, I think you're seeing it all over the country and the world.
Yep.
Is institutions are now becoming investors in agriculture.
Yep.
And it makes sense.
And do you see these guys investing in ag and keeping it in ag?
That's going to be the interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's certainly the trend right now.
Yep.
Is Wall Street's getting in agriculture.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's yet to be seen whether or not agriculture is not a good investment if you're looking at it over like a 5-year span.
Yeah.
It's just you're going to get destroyed.
Whacked. Yeah, you're going long term.
If you so it's kind of yet to be seen whether or not these guys are going to have the stomach to sort of be able to ride through the violence that is agriculture.
Yep.
But in theory, it kind of makes sense because, listen, like, people, our world, how many billion people we have in the world right now? 8 billion people, something like that.
I think it's 9 billion. Dylan, can I get a fact check on that? On U.S. world population? I'm going to go 9 billion. What are you saying? Well, hold on, don't tell me.
I'm going to go 8.5.
Oh, so whoever's closer buys
beer.
Yeah, beer.
8,045,000,000.
I might have looked it up.
Dude,
I might have come
on.
prepared.
Okay, sorry. Thank you, Dylan. Go ahead.
If you look at the world right now, we get 8 billion people. That's up from not that long ago, 4 billion.
Yep.
And we're trending, I think, towards something like 12 billion people. So, I think something like 2 billion people in this world live on $1 a day. Think about that. So that's abject poverty, right?
Yeah.
And when you live on $1 a day, all that matters to you is food, shelter, clothing, right? And you're surviving.
Yep.
And now when you are just surviving on that $1 a day, you're eating a rice-based diet, and you're really not getting the calories that you need. The minute you become globally middle class, which I think is something like your family unit makes $10,000 a year. Okay, your diet switches. Your diet turns into a protein-based diet. Okay, so that's what we eat, protein-based diet.
Yeah.
And so the amount of inputs that go into producing a protein-based diet are much, much higher than the rice-based diet. So you need more land, you need grazing for the cattle, you need it's a whole different kind of way of farming. And if you look at the global middle class is growing rapidly.
Oh yeah.
So what that is doing is that's putting in an insane amount of pressure on the arable land and water resources we have, and to be able to continue to feed the world, I think you're going to need to see more groups that can come in and weather these storms.
Yeah, that have the money to do it.
That have the money to. It's not just the money to do it; it's the money to survive.
Yeah, and the question is, can we keep them to keep it in ag? I mean, because the asset that they have being the land, what we keep talking about, is that's a very appreciable valuable asset. I mean,
and don't forget about the water.
And the water, especially, I have a California guy in here, so we have to talk about water.
Yeah, I mean that's water's number 1, 2, and 3 in California.
Yeah,
I mean
100%.
That's all. It's all that matters, really.
Yeah, it's one of the multiple challenges. So this is really good. I want to continue to talk about the challenges piece. So just a list of challenges that I see on an everyday basis in ag. You've got policies, right? You have the consumer. I mean, you mentioned it earlier about organic versus non-organic. I mean, the consumer is can be very hard to please these days. Labor is up there at top, and it doesn't matter what the commodity. I mean, we talked about before the lights came on. I just personally don't know if you will ever see a machine be able to pick a citrus tree, and like what we talked about. So like those are Mother Nature's right up there for challenges. I mean, how do you feel about these challenges that you face every single day?
Yeah, it's interesting. I kind of embrace the challenge.
Yeah.
I think if you can embrace the challenge and not complain about it or let it break you, but like become good at it, good at dealing with the challenge, then that can really separate, your organization.
Yeah.
So, like regulations and policies are a pain in the ass, but guess what? We're going to lean into it.
Yep.
And we're going to become the most, organized farming group there is, because I can complain about it, or we could just kick ass.
Yeah. And I think we all can agree. I mean, you think about ag, it might be the only thing that's bipartisan right now, and that's a good, like,
it's true.
It doesn't matter what side you're sitting on. That's something that we have to get, like, behind each other with. Like, how do you feel about that part of it? Like, on the policies and regulations?
It's interesting. Because I would say most farmers that I know would lean right.
Yep.
Yet, there seems to be a ton of push from both right and left behind ag,
which is really cool to see.
Yeah, no, it's kind of great, and I think as a farmer that feels it's kind of weird. It's like, wow, both sides like what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's great.
But it's I think that's we talk about challenges. Like, I think that's one of the positives. It's like, like there seems to be a real trend, both in policy and in, I think, the general public, of people caring about where their food's coming from.
Totally agree.
People wanting to know where their food is coming from.
Yep.
And, frankly, demanding that it's done well.
Yep.
Right? Like, the consumer is demanding that, you do things a certain way, and I think a right way, and a way I would want to do them anyways. And so, like, I think it's great.
Yeah, and I appreciate you saying that. I think that was one of the main things that gave us the idea to start Like a Farmer. I mean, Like a Farmer comes in to celebrate people like you who are growing our food to feed us every single day, but then to also educate people like my viewers or anybody that just wants to know where their food comes from, who's growing our food. I mean, at the end of the day, Jamie, even you being a farmer, sometimes you get classified a different way, and it's like we have to shed light on people like you, so people know, like, we have to support these people that are growing our food and making our clothes and doing everything else to kind of keep the world turning. So that was one of the main points of Like a Farmer.
I think when you go to New York or LA and you say, okay, what's a farmer to you? They think of some guy in overalls who speaks funny and is dumb, and like it's just so opposite from that. Like the farmers, the other farmers I've gotten to meet all over the world, and especially in the United States, are some of the smartest, very sophisticated. Like, just because they're not wearing a 3-piece suit and talking real fast, it doesn't mean they're not really sharp.
Totally agree.
And really caring and really prideful. And I would say most farmers are. There's a lot of other things they could do, but they're farming because they love it.
Yeah.
And because, there's a pride in feeding and clothing people. It's an honorable day's work.
Yeah, totally agree. And I love this, just with our presenting sponsor being Ag American. I know you know those guys over there, so they would love to hear that. And hell, that's kind of what brought Ag America's success so quickly, is they kind of have that mindset of, we know who the farmer is and we know what they need.
Better than anybody.
Better than anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, give a little Ag America plug. I mean, you've known them for a while. Like, they've been a great presenting sponsor to Like a Farmer.
I love those guys. They're when I first kind of got exposed to them, I was like, nah, this isn't real. So I got on a plane and flew to Lakeland, Florida.
Yeah.
I was like, knocked on their door. I was like, you guys real? Yeah, and they've been great. They've been a great partner. And
that documentary they did with you was unbelievable.
Yeah, I really was hesitant to do that.
Why do you say that?
Well, just because I think I tend to be kind of more of a private person. And
yeah.
And I was so happy with how it turned out. And I got to watch it. I watched it with my whole family. And I watched it with my grandfather. And
what was his reaction?
It was one of the more special moments of my life.
That's awesome, man.
It was really so. I was glad I did it, and they thought they did a great job. It was spot on.
Yeah, whole team's good over there. I want to talk about another, and we talked about this earlier. I mean, it doesn't matter where you go, what commodity you're growing, labor. It's so tough right now. And we, as in like a farmer, are trying to create this brand that also appeals to younger generations to get them to want to work in agriculture again. So this is why this is such a hot topic. I mean, how are you dealing with that out there?
So we're really leaning into how do we become a place that people come to work and they stay for a long time.
Yep.
So that's a lot more than just, hey, go hoe a weed.
Correct. Yeah.
It's hey, like, are we creating an environment where you're not just you're thriving, but your whole family's thriving? Is is the culture, and then that goes into culture and stuff. Because what's happening is labor has options, and farming's hard.
Yep.
So, I mean, it doesn't pay particularly well.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like
not at all.
So how do you? And I think historically, labor was sort of, I think, taken for granted.
Yep. Totally agree.
And I think now it's become so scarce, good labor, that those people you have to treat them like their family.
You have to. And like I mentioned, there's going to be some things in ag, whether it's, picking an orange or riding a horse. I mean, you're just never going to have a robot be a cowboy. I just don't think we'll ever see a robot roping a cow. You never know. I mean, this AI thing scares me a little bit.
Bot cowboy.
Yeah, bot cowboy. That could be a movie. I could see Schwarzenegger getting back into the game with that. Bot cowboy. Yeah. What and we want to keep it here in America too, like just the love for the land and the love for ag. And it was just the other day, maybe a couple months ago now, I think it was the Arkansas governor that with the China land ownership. And I mean, how do you feel about that? I mean, there's a lot of Chinese coming in buying some of the American soil as well.
They are. Obviously, I don't love that. And I think, especially with China, you got to be really careful.
Yeah.
But the same thing, at the end of the day, it's still in America. It's still governed by American laws. Like, what are they going to do?
Yep.
So like I don't love it, but I'm also not that freaked out about it.
Yeah. The kind of landscape of land ownership in the country's just changed so much. Rapidly. I mean, the common multi-generational family farmer who we're fans of and we try to support, it's just sometimes it can get tough of them tending to that operation. I mean, we talked about this a little bit last night, but Bill Gates.
Yeah.
I mean, Bill Gates is coming in strong when it comes to buying up a bunch of dirt. And
he is.
And it's just one of those, like, at the end of the day, are these guys going to keep farming, or are they just buying another asset to put on the balance sheet? So that's going to kind of be the...
Well, I think with you look at Bill Gates, like he's buying ag land and hiring family farmers to run it.
Which I love.
So, I mean, like, he's gotten a lot of negative press. And
how do you feel about that? Like, what's Jamie Johnson's take on the Bill Gates coming in strong?
Yeah, I mean, listen, like, yes, he's bought a lot of land, but he's like 0.0001% of the total ag land in America. And, like, I think it's good clickbait to say, oh, Bill Gates is evil and he's buying all the land. But he hasn't, I mean, well, yes, it's a lot of acres in the whole of things. It's really not that much.
Yeah. What about so obviously you're growing multiple commodities, but avocados is something that you're coming in strong in. I mean, you're one of the largest avocado growers in the country.
Yep.
Like that commodity specifically, how's everything going in that realm?
You know, avocado toast was good.
Avocado toast is great.
That was a good.
Are you like every time you eat breakfast with the wife and the kids? I mean, is it just avocado toast every day, or?
So I got some. I guess now's a good time to get off my chest.
Yeah.
I don't like guacamole.
Oh my gosh! Did we get that on tape? You don't like guacamole.
I don't, but I love avocados. So I like my avocados fresh. So I like my avocado with just a little bit of sea salt and maybe some lime.
That sounds good.
That's it.
So, but I can't let you slip away from that. So you're watching the Niners play. You're a big Niners fan, and I can't wait to get into that. But you're getting snacks. You're going chips and salsa, not chips and guac.
Or instead of guac, I'll just have a raw avocado.
Seriously? Like you're
I mean,
watching
like,
the game and
I'm
you're just
like,
eating avocado?
That's when you're hardcore. You don't need anything else. You just,
Wow. Dude, I'm learning a lot about Double J over here. I love that. Totally got off track there. Where were we going? Oh, yeah, the avocado toast, so you like that.
Yeah. So
but tell me about the industry right now, the avocado industry.
Yeah, so, say in 2000,
Yep.
California, United States, was the largest producer of avocados in the country. So, but it was a seasonal thing. So you'd get your California avocados, and you'd have them for a couple months, and then they'd be off the shelf. And the avocado really became most popular in Mexico. It's really a Mexican fruit.
Yep.
They grow a lot of them down there. And in around 2000, Mexico got access to the United States market. And what
like a lot of other commodities as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the California avocado farmers were really upset about it. And they were, fought it really hard. And what they didn't realize is probably the best thing that ever happened to a California avocado farmer is Mexican avocados.
Wow. That's a hot take.
Yeah, no, it's true. Listen, because Mexico has such scale and volume, so California went from being the dominant market share of a very small market.
Yeah.
Now Mexico has, I think, 80% of the volume in the United States is Mexican avocados. But the market's become humongous. And the reason is you can have year-round supply. So a consumer would be able to buy an avocado 20 years ago, like for a couple months a year.
And
now you go to the market every year, every month, every day. It's on the shelf. And that's because of Mexico. And what's happened is the market consumption of avocados in the United States has exploded.
Yep.
And but what's interesting is, we had a tough year price-wise last year.
Yep.
But if you look at, it's been really rare for a fruit to where you have supply has grown so much, price has grown as well, and consumption's grown. So it's been kind of an amazing run. I don't see nothing like that can last forever, but.
So what do you think? This is really good, and I think that's a really unique take on the avocados from Mexico. But in your opinion, you think some of those commodities coming from Mexico, specifically on the avocado side, helps your operation?
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
for sure it does, because the Mexican avocado growers want the same thing I want.
Yeah, but now it's like when they're here, you just because you want to make sure they're still buying from you as well. So is it more of like a marketing thing? You just need to make sure you're the best marketer of it.
Listen, so I don't know if I need to sell my avocados here in Nashville.
Yep.
I think that this is Mexico's market. It makes a lot more sense for me to sell my avocados to people in the western part of the country, from shipping, from a lot of different reasons. So
logistic wise,
so if I can have a local, fresh, quality piece of fruit that I can sell you, that generally the person will pay more money. Someone in California will pay more money for my avocado because it's local and fresh.
Yeah. Because you're going basically from the farm to
I mean, it's right there.
the grocery store.
Yeah, I mean, it's
So when you think about the avocados leaving your farm, I mean, where do you think the farthest place they go to?
I don't think they'd go west of Denver, or sorry, east of Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's really interesting what happens to the avocados, right? So like, I grow them,
Yep.
and then we get every avocado is handpicked. So like you said earlier, you can't do it with machines.
Yep.
So you can't snap them off because then the stem opens up. And
Yep.
So you have to cut it. So
Now, before you go, on the hand picked and all of this,
Yeah.
are you using H2A or is this
no.
okay?
We're not.
So these are full-time employees.
Some are full-time employees, some are seasonal, but it's not H2A.
Okay, gotcha.
So what happens is you cut it and you put it into a 50-pound bag.
Yep.
You fill up that 50-pound bag, and then you dump them into a 1,000-pound bin. Okay. Then that bin gets taken. Most avocado farms, by the way, people don't know this. Most avocado farms are on hills. It's not flat. Like,
Yeah.
People think about farming as like flat, square.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like avocado farms are hilly, and the avocado trees like being on a slope. So it's kind of makes it extra hard work.
Yeah.
Picking an avocado on a hill, and the avocado trees can be quite tall.
Yep.
So it's treacherous work. It's hard work.
I wish people could just, because I've seen your farm, obviously. Like, I wish people could just imagine being on this avocado farm and turning around, and you've got the ocean right there. I mean, it's just a beautiful spot.
That farm is called Rancho dos Pueblos.
Yep.
And that was named by Cabrillo, the explorer, in 1542, I think.
Oh, wow.
He, on his maiden voyage to California, he stopped for the night out front of that ranch. And there was two Chumash Indian tribes on two sides with a creek going in the middle out into the ocean. And he named it Dos Pueblos, which is two little, the two different tribes area. So again, like this, as I referred to earlier, like the Spanish history of California is like
That's awesome.
fascinating.
So the avocados from Mexico, I mean, they're coming in hot. I mean, they've got the big college football playoff partnership now. I mean, you're seeing them everywhere, but this is really an interesting take coming from that. They have the money to do it too.
I think what people like, kind of like looking behind the scenes of the avocado industry.
Yeah.
So every avocado growing area that can sell into the United States. So that would be California, Mexico, Peru, Chile, Colombia, Dominican Republic. I might have missed one. I think that's the big ones.
Yeah.
They are allowed by the U.S.A. to sell avocados in the United States. And to get that allowance, they have to go through a lot of phytosanitary hoops, which basically means like we don't want their bugs turning into our bug. You know what I mean? Like, so that's great. So each one of these countries are really proud of their avocados, and so they set up a marketing organization. So for every avocado you sell, you take, let's take 1 or 2 cents. We'll all contribute it, and then we'll start telling everyone how great our avocados are. And then what happened is the USDA set up a program. It's called the House Avocado Board, which I was chairman of for like 3 years. That organization collects 2.5 cents for every avocado that's sold in the United States. So you can imagine that turns into a pretty big budget. So then that money, a big portion of that money, goes back to someone like Avocados from Mexico, and they have to use it to market the fruit. So you can't use it for anything else.
Gotcha.
So then all of a sudden you have these massive marketing budgets for avocados, and Mexico's is by far the largest, and I think they've done a really fabulous job.
Yeah.
And, I think I might get in trouble for saying that with some of my other, farmer friends.
That's okay.
In California, but I mean, I really think it's the best thing that ever happened to the avocado industry is Mexico.
Well, it's good to kind of understand the nuts and bolts of that and the education piece behind the scenes. And, you know, the common consumer who's watching college football on a Saturday, it's like, oh, avocados from Mexico, like we're in the U.S.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah. So it's cool to get that piece.
I mean, we couldn't. I mean, the U.S. is going to consume somewhere near 3 billion pounds of avocados this year.
That's a lot of guacamole.
It's a lot of guacamole. You know how many pounds of avocados California is going to grow?
You said 3 million was the total.
3 billion is the total.
3 billion.
We're going to do this year in California, we'll grow 200 million pounds of avocados. So, do the math. People couldn't eat avocado. We can't grow enough.
Yeah.
To meet demand.
Yep. The demand, you have to find some sort of way to meet the demand. And it's not just the avocado commodity that's going through it. I mean, it's all commodities in the U.S. What else? I mean, you're doing other things on the farm, whether it's grapes and citrus. I mean, what else?
Yeah. So we've gotten into the wine growing business.
Love that. You like labeling it and all that?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Did you bring a bottle?
I should have. Sorry.
When did you get into that?
That's on me. So we just recently, just this summer.
Is it good wine?
We've been looking at it for a lot of years. I think one of the things to think about with agriculture is we talked earlier about the violence.
Yeah.
And so I've been trying to figure, like, what are other things I can do to diversify.
Yep. Which is huge in the farming industry, period.
Yeah, I think I'm not the only one looking at this.
Yeah.
I think because of global warming and kind of the violent kind of commodity swings and pricing we're seeing, those two things combined, for me, I thought I need to find some other things to kind of smooth it out, hopefully.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
So we've gotten into that, and obviously my family's grown citrus for generations, and and I love the citrus industry, but it's also going through a lot.
I love it too, man. Fun fact. So my older brother, who's running the operation now, he got named through the Department of Citrus in Florida, Captain Citrus. So like that, I mean, he was an action figure. It was Captain Citrus.
Like,
we'll make sure we throw a picture up there. It was, I mean, we are fighting hard for that industry. I mean, I just think it's one of the best industries and the most like strongest individuals that are still pushing for that industry, man.
Yeah, and you know, I've obviously spent some time in Florida and gotten to know a lot of really neat folks.
Yeah.
And it's so sad what's happening with the greening, and you got to think, like, at some point someone's going to figure it out. You know,
you do, and it's one of these things, like, you would think at some point somebody's got to figure out cancer, right? I mean, it's just one of the, and we're dumping millions and millions and millions into it.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting closer. I really do on the greening side, but
I mean, listen, I think it's kind of like, I digress.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think the world is at a tipping point in a lot of ways. And I think a lot of it is like technology related, right?
Yeah.
And so if you look at greening, you mentioned cancer, like, I think we're going to start seeing some pretty incredible breakthroughs. And I think one of the other things I've been seeing a lot is, like, I think agriculture, tech's kind of coming to everything, right?
Yeah. Tech is huge right now. And coming into ag.
But I think it's lagging a lot of other industries.
Yep.
Because I think the farmers generally aren't embracing a lot of tech, and the tech people don't understand farmers.
Yep.
Right. It's so, but I think it's coming.
Yeah. And this is really good. I mean, you've seen a generational gap in the farming industry too, from, you know, baby boomers to now millennials are running the farms now, getting to that point.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have to be on your P's and Q's when it comes to tech, when it comes to marketing. And you think about marketing now, social media is very important. I mean, people are starting to utilize that more in everyday scenarios. So you hit it right on the head, and the tech is getting there. And I think, you know, funding coming out, whether it's, you know, government funding or private funding, whatever it might be, is very important because, hell, you're almost getting to a point where you can sit in a John Deere and you're not even touching the steering wheel, and it just kind of drives it for you.
I've been on farms in like Illinois.
Yeah.
Where they're running everything from, like, you walk in, it's like a control room.
Yeah.
They're talking again about, like, these aren't dumb farmers in overalls.
No.
These are, sophisticated with, commodity screens, combines are working automatically, and it's all being controlled from a central location. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Because you've got to, any type of resources that you can provide to the farmer is so important, because there are other new things coming into the industry that they have to be experts at. Like I keep mentioning, marketing is very important when it comes to agriculture. Learning who the consumer is and what they like and what they don't like is very important. You need boots on the ground when it comes to the political side, because you have a lot of politicians that are fighting for the farmer, which is really cool and good, but you've got to have the farmers be active at the county, state, Pennsylvania Avenue, and DC. We need farmers talking, because there's a knowledge gap between our policy givers and the people that are actually growing the food. And you mentioned earlier, like, these boards that you sit in and these committee meetings that you go to, you have to have full-time farmers speaking and educating, or you won't ever get anything done.
I think farmers historically are really great in their local communities.
Totally agree.
Farmers are, a lot gets done at the coffee shop, right? And I think locally, farmers do a great job. I think, like, on a state and federal level, they're not quite as effective. But I think there are, like, a lot of advocacy groups. I think there is a lot of, like we said earlier, it feels like both sides of the aisle are pulling for ag. And I think that's happened for a reason. I think there are groups that have figured out how to nationally, move the needle and work with your congressmen and senators.
Totally. There's one thing that in this country you do not want to depend on a lot, and that's your food and not starving. Because there's some countries out there, if, like, other countries turned off the faucet and didn't give them export food to them, they'd starve. Look at Japan.
Yeah, China too can't grow enough food to feed itself.
That's correct.
And so, what it turns down to is a huge national security issue. Right? Like, we have first off, like, the geographics of the United States are so blessed, right? You got these huge oceans.
100%.
It's like, you got these unbelievable rivers. It's like God created America geographically just to kick ass.
Oh, I love that statement.
And, the big
Trademark
part of that, the good part of that is we can feed ourselves. Right? And so that means that we can match the arable land with the water and people, like, really, really well. Which makes us extremely formidable if, there's ever, really terrible war or something like that.
100%. And I think the cool thing about what we're doing with this show is we're going around the country and we're interviewing different farmers from different areas that have different opinions, which is good. It's healthy. Like I mentioned, it's bipartisan, this industry, as it should be. It doesn't matter who you vote for or who you like or who you don't like. We all have to get behind this, because we've got a land shortage. It is what it is. Food shortage, if you look into it enough, we do, and we probably will. And then the labor issues, like what we talked about earlier, like, we've got to get people wanting to get back into working in agriculture.
I would also, like, we have a shortage of nutrient-dense food. Right? If you look at, like, there's not enough fruits and vegetables in our diets.
Totally agree.
And I can't figure out, that's a big thing to look at, but one of the things I get really excited about is, like, I'm producing something that's really good for you. And, like, yes, it's a business, but it also feels pretty good to go, like, like, if you eat this thing I grew, it'll like help you.
Yeah. I love that. What we've been talking a lot about today when it comes to challenges and adversity you face. Why do you still farm? Like, why does Jamie Johnson wake up every single day and still farm and want to farm. And one big thing is too, because I think it's important to say that this dirt that you're farming on, and this, the state of California, the beautiful location that it's on, is worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
For it not to be farm ground, and that's something that needs to be said, that like you're sitting on a gold mine at the end of the day, and you still wake up every single day and you want to farm and you want to keep feeding the country. Like, why do you do that?
Sometimes I wonder why, and I'm sure my wife wonders why.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, it's what I do. Like, it's what I know. And I'm passionate about it, and I love it. And again, it goes back to like a love of the earth, a love of land, a stewardship, and a responsibility. And we get one life, and I think agriculture is really hard, but it's how I want to spend my life. It makes me happy.
Yeah, I love that. It's a great answer. So there's a couple segments that I do on this show. Got 2 segments. One of them's called This or That, and I'm going to ask you, what would you rather have or do or say? I've got a great question in mind today, and then you can ask me a this or that question. So mine, we talked about sports a lot last night. I know you're a sports fan, and we got to hang out with T, Josh Allen's agent, who's been a huge advocate for the show and has helped me build this show. So you're a U.S.A. Trojan fan, Lakers, Dodgers. What would you rather see, a U.S.A. national championship, a Lakers NBA championship, or a Dodgers MLB championship? If you had to choose one, and the other 2 will never win again in your lifetime.
Ever?
You have to choose one.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to go with the Dodgers.
Wow.
The Dodgers. The Lakers have had a great run.
Yeah.
And we've got our chips.
You do.
SC's not so good right now, but, they've had a great run.
Yeah.
The Dodgers, man. I don't count. I went to the COVID World Series game in Texas. I don't count the chip.
This year?
No. The
you're
Dodgers
talking about
when we won it all.
Yeah.
In the COVID year.
Why don't you count it? Because keep in mind, the Tampa Bay Bucks, they won the Super Bowl in the COVID year. So
I know.
This is good. Why? And you're mean to tell me you're not counting the Lakers chip?
No. Not the bubble chip. Doesn't count.
Oh, my. So, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Elaborate.
Listen, so to me, the bubble chips don't count.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
The Dodgers have won 10 of the last 11 pennants.
Yeah, they have.
88. I'll never forget. I was a little guy. Kirk Gibson hits the home run. But that's the last one. So the Dodgers have gone and have been so excellent.
And the ownership spends a lot of money to build a great team every year,
but they can't win in the playoffs.
But they can't win and they are the best in the regular season.
Every year, analytics are great over 182 games, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how well they work in a 5-game series. But so I would say
Dodgers chip.
The Dodgers fans are some of the great fans. They're loyal. I'd love to see. For me, I think the Dodgers fans deserve it.
Okay.
The most.
I've had a lot of sport figures sitting across from me and telling me that their fan base deserves it. So I love this, man. At the end of the day, my social media goes crazy when it comes to the fan bases. So I love to hear the different fans of each team. So I'm with you, man. Now the COVID thing, I'm going to not believe what you're saying on the COVID chips because I had too many great, cold beers celebrating the Super Bowl COVID. But
by the way, Tom Brady winning with Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Where does that put Belichick?
Oh,
right?
This is getting good. I don't know yet. I think it's TBD right now. But what Tom did to leave New England, come to the Sunshine State, baby, Tampa Bay, and win a chip the first year,
he's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
I mean, he was the GOAT before that.
Yeah.
Now because there was always that kind of he needed Belichick or whatever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Belichick's not doing so hot.
No, you're right. I mean, that's
Without
kind of been the
Brady.
thing. Was it always Billy B? Was it Tommy B?
No,
And then it's
I think it's Tommy.
Yeah, I'm with you. And, Tom, his middle name's Patrick.
Oh. So you guys are practically like cousins or something.
But keep in mind, 17, Mr. Josh Allen. You know Josh's middle name is?
Patrick.
Brady's middle name's Patrick. Josh's middle name's Patrick. My name is Patrick.
I mean,
if
greatness.
you put us all three together, similar, body builds and athleticisms, and there's something going on.
There's something there.
So,
There's something there.
And listen, all NFL teams, call me. I still got an arm that can throw. Google my high school stats. I've still got some game.
You got some Brady in you.
I got some Brady in me.
Okay.
Ask me this or that question. That was a good one.
Jeez Louise.
It can be anything. Doesn't have to be sports related.
Yeah. You can have one and not the other for the rest of your life.
Okay.
Avocado or orange juice?
Oh, dude. When I say, I just told you my brother was Captain Citrus.
I know, yeah.
I live and breathe by an orange or an orange juice that kind of every single day, whether it's waking up and drinking orange juice, whether it's eating an orange during the day, and whether it's throwing an orange slice in my tequila at night.
Well, hold on.
I have to go orange juice. I'm taking that.
In your iced tea, lemon or orange juice? Like a lemon slice or an orange slice?
In my tea?
Yeah.
I'm going lemon.
Okay. Just checking to see how far you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that I haven't had that, but I'm definitely going lemon on that.
Yeah, good call.
And you said iced tea. Do y'all don't have sweet tea?
We don't drink sweet tea. You know what I've been drinking lately?
What?
Green tea.
Ooh, I've been doing a green tea.
It's pretty good.
I've been doing a green tea every morning. I got a coffee shop in town called Concord Coffee, and they've literally named a tea after me. It's called the Patty. Get it? Patty. So every morning I go get my tea. So I'm a big tea guy for sure. Yeah. All right, so I got two more this or that's. Okay. So I'm a foodie. I'm a big food guy. You going to tacos or sushi?
Oh. I'm Southern California guy.
I know.
Tacos.
Yeah.
Close though. Close. That's a hard one.
Because that right there is a great state to have one or the other. You're right there next to the. They got great sushi there too.
Oh, I'd argue some of the best in the world, but
you're a taco guy.
There's just nothing better.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm going taco all day.
Especially in L.A., you get the street tacos.
Dude, tacos in a Modelo are just my jam. There's nothing better than a couple tacos, couple Modelos, hanging out, watching 17.
I was going to say Modelos.
Yeah, exactly.
Tacos and Modelos.
Modelos, yeah. We got to have more than just one. You know that. You're a surfer, which I love, and I do want to just go ahead and commit to this because I love doing content. I want you to teach me how to surf one day, so I'm going to come out and we're going to.
So I used to be a lifeguard for the city of Newport Beach, certified real lifeguard.
So you could help me out on that.
Oh, I got you. And one of my favorite things in the world, honestly, is to teach people how to surf.
Wow.
Usually they're kids, but for you, I'll make an exception.
We're going to get my 165-pound bud on a surfboard.
Longboard.
Oh, you didn't catch it? 165 pounds?
I heard you.
Okay. All right, so my this or that for the surfing. Are you going longboard or shortboard?
Oh, shortboard all day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm
getting a little older, so it's a little harder.
Okay, so you're saying just because the shortboard's more challenging, or?
No, it's just... No. Longboards are they're like mopeds.
I gotcha.
They're kind of fun, but you don't want to see your buddies,
It's like the training wheels. I'm with you on that. Okay, shortboard. I was going to kind of lean more towards the longboard guy, but that's okay.
Well, that's kind of offensive.
Yeah, sorry. Last segment, the biggest gamble is what we call it. Farmers, like yourself, take a gamble every single day.
Yeah, right.
You know, when am I going to grow? What am I going to grow this year? You know, Mother Nature comes through. I've got to take a gamble to pivot. Like, what do you think in your life, and doesn't have to be just tied to the farm, but what do you think the biggest gamble you've ever taken?
Wow. I think I don't like going to Las Vegas.
Okay. This is getting good, yeah.
Only because I think farmers are the biggest gamblers of all time.
Yeah.
And
couldn't agree more.
And my life is a big gamble.
Yeah.
My business life. You know, I think I had this dream to start Simpatica. And I didn't have any money to start it, really. But I said, I think I'll figure it out. So I went out and put 3 pretty large and expensive properties in escrow, no money. And
that's a gamble right there.
That was a gamble.
Yeah.
And I kept trying to raise the money, and I think I got something like 200 no's. And then I'd go back to the seller and be like, I need 30 more days.
Yeah.
you know? And that was a big gamble, but it worked.
It did.
And but it wasn't easy, and it hasn't been easy.
Yeah.
But it was like, it was a dream, and it was a belief that we could do this. And I say we because it's, we have a whole team of people that have make the whole thing run, and have been with me from the beginning. And
for sure,
I think we all sort of made big gambles to believe in ourselves. And my partner is a guy named Scott Ballins. He had a big time job and was on a really clear ascending path in his company, and he left to come join a startup with me.
Yep.
And that was a heck of a gamble he took. And so I think that was really kind of what started everything, was just taking that first step and jumping.
It's a ballsy move, man.
Well, I always, there's a saying we have in our company. It's called burn the ships, right? So that Spanish explorer.
Yeah.
I forget which explorer it was, but I think they were facing, there was like 20 of them left, and they were facing this huge like Aztec army, and the captain just burned the ships and said, you have no other option but to go fight. Right. And they won.
I love that.
Because there's no other option. Burn
the ships.
Burn the ships. Right.
Man, we might need to throw that like on a hoodie or something.
We should definitely do that.
Yeah.
But that's a big saying.
It's all right. We're already working on the patent. People that are listening on this, don't be copying that idea.
Burn the ships.
Yeah.
Like make yourself have no other option. Gamble. Right. And
burn the ships.
And believe in yourself.
That's awesome. Let's finish off this episode with you just really saying, what would you say to your fellow farmers out there?
First off, I love you. You know what I mean? And
yep.
And I know it's hard. I'm here with you. We're all in this together. It's a beautiful kind of community that we have, and I think we've got to keep fighting a good fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's what's that word? Brutal.
Yep.
Beautiful and hard.
Yep.
Right? Like, or brutal and beautiful, right? Beautiful.
Yep.
Like, it just keep going, right?
That's awesome. Man, I really appreciate you coming on the show today. I think I'm a huge fan. You're a complete badass. I've known you for a few years now, and how you grew up and challenges you faced then, taking over the farm, creating your own businesses, and now continuing to face challenges and adversity. Every time I talk to you, you're so dang happy. And like, you're so positive, and you have a mission, and that's to continue to kick ass in life. You're a great father. You're a great business owner. You're a great just friend. And like, you have no idea what this means to me, because I have to get more stories like this out. Mm-hmm. I do a really good job celebrating the farmer, because people want to come on the show and say, hey, I'm not a farmer, but I love the farmer, so I want to advocate for them. Yeah. But the educating the people piece is very tough. People have different opinions. I'm going to have somebody on this show that might not agree with something that you said, and that's okay. Yeah. But we have to continue to educate the people, because we need food, right? We need clothes. We need everything that the farmer does to keep the world go round, like we have to be dependent on our farmers here in this country, because we can't be like what we talked about earlier, not depending on somebody
else, yeah.
to feed us. And I think you made a great point earlier on kind of the three things that people need: food, shelter, and clothes.
Yep.
And that food thing's the most important one at the end of the day.
For sure.
So thank you for coming on the show. I love you like a brother, and we're going to continue to kick ass for the farmer, and this was a good step to do that.
Yeah, and listen, I'm really impressed with what you're doing, and this means a lot. And I don't want to speak for every farmer, but I think I can. Like, to have you be an advocate and to bring the people you're bringing on, it feels really good.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, just thank you and keep going, and I'm excited to see what you do.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And for everybody listening, continue to follow on Jamie's journey. And as always, like, follow, comment, subscribe, share, do whatever you got to do to be like a farmer.